Hello Gemini, this is Leanne with Leanne Banan Tarot, and I'm here to do your tarot reading for the month of June 2016. Gemini, June 2016. Gemini, June 2016. Gemini. Okay, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Knave of Swords, the Nine of Swords, the Ten of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Sun, the Moon, the Chariot, the Two of Wands, and the overall energy for the month is the Fool. That's interesting. Okay. So I got this card for another air sign. So this is stepping out into the unknown, embarking on a new path. This is a very adventurous and a very courageous energy to have. And it's also very optimistic. And we have the Queen of Pentacles. So this could be an earth sign person, a Taurus, a Virgo, or a Capricorn person. Or this could be someone with the Queen of Pentacles qualities. Someone who's very generous, who's very good at setting boundaries. Someone who's successful. Someone who has material wealth. We have the Knave of Swords. This is a very impulsive energy. I like how he's standing there, almost like he's at bat, waiting for the pitch. So he's just waiting to strike. And this is a very instinctive action. So it doesn't have a lot of thought behind it. It's muscle memory, really. It doesn't have a lot of thought behind it. It doesn't have a lot of planning. So this is saying something or doing something quickly without thinking it through and without thinking of the consequences. It's just kind of acting or reacting to a situation. So with this energy being so impulsive, you want to be very careful that you're taking the time to think things through and you're not just reacting to circumstances around you, because it can have unintended consequences. This could also be a person around you who exhibits those traits. So this could be someone around you who is always reacting is always acting without thinking or speaking without thinking and putting their foot in their mouth. So it's kind of important to know that they don't mean anything harmful by this. It's usually coming from a noble place or a good place, and they are usually a very optimistic person who just hasn't really thought through the consequences of what they're saying or doing, and so the results are usually pretty unintended. So just be aware of that. They might just need a little extra compassion. We have the Nine of Swords. So this is lack of sleep, nightmares, being kept up at night by kind of thoughts swirling around in your head and stress and worries and anxieties. So this card, it's really important when I get this card to encourage people to get sleep, to encourage them to engage in, sort of rituals that will help with that, will help get more sleep, sort of like powering down early, shutting off the TV, computers, so there's less information overload happening, and your thoughts have a chance to quiet because you're not constantly taking in new information. Having a hot glass of milk or herbal tea, just maybe reading a book if you fall asleep reading books, that type of thing, just to really quiet your mind. And the nice thing about reading a book is that it will redirect your thoughts. So you'll be more involved in maybe a work of fiction than you would be with the stress or anxiety that's keeping you up. So that can help to relax you enough to get some sleep. Anything, massage or anything that will relax you physically as well, so that you're not being tense, very tensed up, or having aches or pains or that sort of thing that are maybe keeping you up at night. But with the Nine of Swords, I always see it as a warning that someone's not sleeping, and that they need to take additional measures to maybe help that situation to deal with that, because with your central issue being the Eight of Swords, that's a difficult situation that makes you feel paralyzed or unable to move from your circumstances. You're not able to move forward. And with the Nine of Swords being up at night and losing sleep, the problem with that is that if you're overtired, you're not able to make good decisions. You're more likely to make better decisions if you're well rested. So it's really important to try and get your rest. Definitely a REM cycle in there. Okay. The Ten of Swords is feeling defeated. So whatever the circumstances are surrounding this, you're feeling really defeated. And what I like about this card is that this poor kitty he doesn't have room for any more swords. So that's it. That's all the swords that are going to go in there. And the thing is, with defeat, with failure, we learn from it. And we take that as we move forward. So we take the lesson from whatever it is that has us feeling so defeated, or has kept us from success in this particular area, and we take that knowledge and we use it as we move forward, so we are more successful in the future. So there's no real success without failures. No one is perfect at everything at the first try. It takes work. And so this feeling of defeat, it might feel terrible, but it's not going to last. And this is something that's going to enable you to move forward with great success. The Eight of Swords, this feeling of paralysis. This poor kitty is all wrapped up in toilet paper. So that toilet paper roll just got out of control. So he can't see, and that's a huge problem, because you need to be able to really look at your circumstances in order to see your way out of it. So this is, looking at that paperwork that you just are dreading, taking a deeper look, talking to people about it, asking someone who's gone through the same thing what they did, asking for advice, seeking an expert, asking expert advice, someone that will, help you, give you knowledge and insight in how to proceed and how to move forward. And really, all you need to do is just take one step at a time, just one step. So take a look at what it is that you're afraid of, or what it is that is really bothering you, and talk to someone about it. Seek advice from an expert. Whatever these little steps are, as you're doing that, you're taking the blindfold off. Then you're taking steps forward to start removing all of those swords. So each step you take is a step forward and a step out of this situation and a step out of this feeling of paralysis. So as long as you're taking steps, you're moving forward. We have the sun. This is absolutely beautiful. It's positivity, it's optimism, it's growth. I think that's the biggest thing is its growth, and it's the sun, its energy, it warms the earth. It gives us health. It gives us life. The sun is an absolutely beautiful energy. It's so optimistic, so hopeful, so joyous. Look at that little Joey in his mama's pouch. He's waving a flag because he's so happy to be out in this field of sunflowers on a beautiful sunny day. So this is such a beautiful, optimistic card to have following the Eight of Swords and following the Ten of Swords. So this feeling of defeat is something that you're learning from, and you're taking your knowledge and you're going to use that to take steps forward in order to move yourself out of this situation, in order to move yourself out of this feeling of paralysis. And that's going to make you incredibly happy. That's going to bring you great joy, just to know that you can move forward and you're not trapped in your circumstances any longer. And again, we have the moon. And the moon is about taking a deeper look. So watching from Earth, we could say there's a man in the moon, because we can see potentially a face there. But when you look through a telescope, you realize that it's not a face, it's topographical landmarks and craters and just rock. So really, it's very deceptive when you're looking at something and you're taking it at face value versus taking a deeper look what lies beneath. That's what you need to know. That's what you need to see. So follow your gut, follow your instincts, especially with the moon. There is a path forward for you, but you really need to use your instincts. Follow your gut and take a deeper look. Use that to light your way ahead. Use your knowledge, use your experience to guide you forward. And I think that's, especially with this Eight of Swords, definitely take a deeper look at those circumstances surrounding whatever has you so tied up. And it's going to help you move forward. And from the looks of things, very rapidly. Because we have the Chariot. So this card is adorable, but it almost seems as though this team of what appear to be oxen are out of control. And that's generally not the Chariot's energy in most decks. So in most decks, it's a very controlled energy, but I feel like with this particular card, it's events that are pulling you forward. You're being pulled forward quite rapidly, and you still have the reins. You still have control, so you can steer this chariot in any direction that you like. And it's a very adventurous and wild kind of energy. So definitely the new beginning with the Fool and the courageous and adventurous step into the unknown is being reflected quite a bit in this card. So he's definitely driving this team forward, and he's in charge. So you will be in charge of your circumstances. You will be moving forward very rapidly, and this card can even indicate travel. For your outcome for the month, we have the Two of Wands. So this is a decision about moving forward, which path you want to take. So when the road kind of forks like this, you're leaving something behind you. So you're making a choice, you're reaching forward, and you're grabbing onto something that is going to bring you forward to a new place. So I like how his eyes are closed, because it looks like he's doing some soul searching in order to decide where he wants to go from here. So he's going to leave one of these wands behind, and he's going to take hold of one of them, and he's going to move forward and strike out on this new path. So he's making a decision about where he wants to take his life, and he's really doing some soul searching to decide where he wants to go and how he's going to get there. And we know that this is a new path and a new beginning because of the energy of the Fool overlooking the month. So at the month's end, there's a decision about the path we want to take on this new road forward. I think you're very happy to be able to make this decision. I think that this has brought you a lot of happiness and a lot of relief. You seem very centered here. You're definitely taking a deeper look at your circumstances, and even taking a deeper look probably at what caused this feeling of defeat, this Ten of Swords here, because you're always moving forward from that, and you're always making a new start with the Ten of Swords. So I can see you definitely taking a look at what brought you to this circumstance in order that you don't repeat that mistake, and that of course is going to draw you forward to this Two of Wands, so that you know instinctively which path you're going to need to take in order to move forward and move on. So this is a general reading, and I'm not entirely sure which part of your life that this Eight of Swords is occurring in, but there is the potential that it's with a work situation or a financial situation with the Queen of Pentacles. And I think, especially at the beginning of the month, the Queen of Pentacles is someone who establishes boundaries, and that's very important for you to do, is establish boundaries. She's a generous person. She's a successful person, and she is a wise steward of the earth. She's a very wise person. So if this isn't you and your energy, this is someone that you could potentially seek for advice. Someone who has this Queen of Pentacles type personality traits, or someone who's a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn person. Curb that impulsive energy. Act with intention. And that will really rapidly, it looks like, bring you through your situation. Yeah. And if you're losing a lot of sleep, make sure you're taking a deeper look at your circumstances and taking steps to move forward, because that's going to help you rest. I love how it's balanced with the Ten of Swords on one side and the Sun on the other, because these are two very opposite energies. And you're balancing it out. So you move from this feeling of defeat to this feeling of joy and happiness. And you're learning from your circumstances in order to move on and be more successful. And the Sun is very successful. That's a card of success, absolutely. It's the most optimistic card. And you have two overlying cards of optimism that are bringing you through this month. We have the Sun card here, and we have the Fool. And the Fool is very optimistic. Very courageous. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull an Energy Oracle card just for some clarification and inspiration for the month of June for Gemini. We have card Hostilities. I feel like those two kind of have a similar theme. They're even holding their swords the same way. Okay. Defenses up, aggressive energy. This card shows a man raising his sword and readiness to do battle. When it comes upright, it reveals a situation where hostilities towards you are about to be, or already have been, engaged. The aggressive energy may be verbal or emotional, with someone in your environment being excessively critical, demanding, or hurtful. In a work or social situation, there may be backstabbing or an out-and-out slander going on. This is different from the Deceit card because the hostile energies are more apparent and more overt. In fact, you may have been living with them for some time. But whether this is new or old energy, now is the time to regain control. Allowing dishonoring treatment from others is an open invitation to the universe to send you more. It may feel risky, but you need to have the courage to stand up for yourself now and always. The affirmation with this card is, I am receiving the peaceful, harmonious treatment I deserve in my life. I set boundaries, make reasonable requests, and make my expectations clear. Okay, Gemini. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful month.